I wanted to talk about this real quick because I got accused of being Pharmakeia in a chat so some time ago. It was with some Creationist Q type people. I go in there and just play with them. So I was, and I didn't know the word. Uh, so I looked it up and I got to talking about it. Again, I'm just using it in my conversation with Andrew last night to kind of push my transitions forward. But we were just talking about it last night, and I was mentioning conspiracy theories, and I brought up Pharmakeia. So I have been struggling to understand the Greek word pharmakeia found in the New Testament. What exactly is pharmakeia? Is it really the use of medication? What was pharmakeia in biblical time? And what is modern pharmakeia? I would like an in-depth, exhaustive answer on the context and meaning of pharmakeia in biblical times and how it relates to our time. 3 points on pharmakeia: translation, practice, and interpretation. So we're going to know what pharmakeia is. Just so if you ever hear it, if you ever get accused of being pharmakeia, because it's apparently it's something that this extremist evangelicals like to call modern medical practice and vaccinations and things like that. So I think there are really 3 questions here: one about translation, one about practice of medicine, and one about the interpretation of today. First, translation. The word pharmakeia is very much like our word for drugs. That is, it can refer to many things. When I use the word drugs, I can be referring to Tylenol, which can be purchased over the counter, or the prescription drugs, which require oversight of a physician. But I can also be referring to legal drugs such as meth, which I am referring to will depend entirely on the context. Generally, when someone uses the word drug, they have specific meaning in mind rather than all 3. The word pharmakeia is much the same. It has a range of meanings. It can refer to magic, but it very often refers to the practice of medicine or what might be called the healing arts. Uh, Lydell Scott, a Greek English lexicon. It does not refer to both of these things at the same time. It depends on the context. In the New Testament, the word pharmakeia occurs 3 times. In Galatians 5:19 through 21, Revelations 9 through 21, and 18 through 23. Each time it is translated as sorcery or magic, and it is sometime or something that is spoken of in a negative term. The translator has chosen this definition because of the context. It does not mean that every possible definition of the word pharmakeia is condemned. It depends on context. Second, you ask if the practice of medicine is condemned in the New Testament. By no means. There are 2 verses that point to a positive view of the practice of medicine. Those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. That's Matthew 9:12, Mark 2:7, and Luke 5:31. Why say that the sick have need of physicians if medicine is condemned? And Colossians 4:14 brings greetings from Luke the physician. Why would Luke's profession as a physician be mentioned if it were viewed as inappropriate or tantamount to sorcery? The New Testament certainly recognizes that healing can occur in other ways besides through the care of a physician. Jesus is presented as a quintessential healer. Both Mark and Luke tell stories about a woman who had been ill for many years and who had seen many physicians, none of whom were able to help her. Mark 5:26, Luke 8:43. This does not condemn the medical profession, but rather describes the desperate state of the woman. Third, interpretation for today. Healing is a complex process. Most physicians today would agree with this, and I believe such a view is present also in the New Testament. It involves individuals such as family or friends who support us think of the 4 friends who carry the paralytic to Jesus. It involves treatment by physicians and licensed mental health care specialists and may include the appropriate use of specific drugs. It involves faith. That is, trust in God. It also involves our own willingness to engage in actions and activities that promote health. The term Pharmakeia, an abstract noun meaning sorcery, magic, the practice of magic arts. The concrete noun is pharmakon. Necropharmakon, that's going to be my band. Necropharmakon. Whose primary meaning is poison. The secondary meaning is magic potion or charm to achieve a desirable objective. And its tertiary meaning is medicine, remedy, or drug for healing. The above term, used from the time of Homer in the 8th century BC down to New Testament time, and known both to Greeks and Jews. In modern times, the tertiary meaning prevails, as, for the example, the term pharmacy, a place to obtain healing medicines. All right, Pharmakeia in ancient Greek is a series of vowels I don't know how to pronounce. The use of a drug, potion, spell, and or poison, witchcraft, magical potions. In Koine Greek, especially in usage by ancient Jews and Christians, the word sorcery and magic. So yeah, that's Pharmakeia. Pharmakeia, and when I talked to people about Pharmakeia, I believe that they were accusing me of black magic. I can't be 100% sure that that's what the accusation was. They were using it to disparage the medical field and having a regular physician who you do checkups with, and getting prescribed treatments for things like blood pressure and cholesterol and things like that. That was considered Pharmakeia. They were using those drugs to control my mind and make me, I guess, make me an atheist, make me an evolutionist. I'm not sure, but that was the argument thrown at me. I don't know if you have been called Pharmakeia, or if you've been accused of participating in Pharmakeia. Is they called me Pharmakeia, which was, I was assuming like saying it was a noun for me. Bree is Pharmakeia, but when I read into it, it's more like it's a practice. So a practitioner of Pharmakeia, maybe the proper terminology that I'm looking for. I'm not 100%, but now you know if someone is saying that you are associated with Pharmakeia, what exactly they're accusing you of. They think modern medical practices, and not the person who wrote the article. Obviously, that article was not written specifically from the point of view of these conspiracy folks. That medicine is black magic and potions that should be avoided. Strange but true tales from the Creationist and from the conspiracy crowd. All right, so that has been live from the Hive for